always have to use the stove for everything. A perfect cooked egg, not overcooked, not dry, super easy eggs. I wanna show you how quick it is to make sheet pan eggs. This is great if you're trying to feed a crowd for breakfast. You don't have to sit over the stove and mix some eggs in a skillet. You can make this really easy. This is also perfect for meal prep, especially for breakfast sandwiches, or you can have this as the type of eggs you have with the rest of your breakfast. So super versatile. We're just starting with about a dozen eggs, or if you have a smaller sheet pan, you could do a smaller version. I have some quarter sheet trays, so do maybe like 6 or 8 eggs on a smaller sheet pan. The beauty of this recipe is simplicity. Quick cooking, and even if you're making some bacon in the oven, have that bacon going in the oven, start cracking your eggs, get the eggs going, and when that bacon comes out, you can throw the eggs in, get those heated up, get your toaster on standby. I mean, find ways to do shortcuts to make things super simple in the kitchen. And then you don't always have to use the stove for everything. I've made so many things on a sheet pan just for ease and simplicity's sake. I've done sheet pan burgers, sheet pan chicken, sheet pan fajitas, tons of options. So I'm gonna break these yolks up, start mixing things up. Now you can keep this simple and just do eggs, or you can do this more omelet style, do some mix-ins. At that point, it's basically a sheet pan frittata. If you are adding anything like bell peppers or onions, I would saute that first, but then that kind of defeats the purpose of not using a skillet and having a sheet pan. So maybe you have leftover vegetables that have been cooked or already sauteed the night before, go ahead and add those in. That's often how I make my omelets at home or my frittatas. I just see what ingredients I have left over from meals previous or what vegetables I have left over in my produce drawer. I should have used a bigger bowl, but it's okay, we'll be gentle. Easy way to whisk is always back and forth. If you go around and around, you're just chasing yourself. Back and forth gives you that resistance you need to get everything mixed together. Who knew? There is a proper way to whisk. Some people add some milk or cream to their eggs just for additional moisture, make them a little more substantial. I just keep this simple. This bowl is making me nervous, it's too small. But we're good. I always do that with leftovers. So I'll be like, this is the perfect bowl for my leftovers. And then you get up to the very tip of the bowl, you're like, no! So sometimes even I misjudge the size of the bowl, but then I don't want to clean a big bowl. I guess it's the same amount of cleaning. Just make sure you get everything mixed up and well incorporated. I'm sure this also goes for if you're an egg white only person. They have those cartons of egg whites. So if you just want to do a big sheet pan egg white omelet, why not? This is great for some whole eggs. I would do this, prep some breakfast sandwiches, wrap those up, put them in the freezer so you have breakfast for the next couple weeks. Okay, this is looking good. Everything's mixed in. Sometimes I get overly confident and then that's when I make a mess. We're just gonna have a cascade of eggs over the side. I think I'm doing pretty good. Everybody root for me. Good to go. It's my prepared sheet pan, and it's this easy. Dump, you can use parchment paper also. It's kind of easy if you use parchment paper, then there's no cleanup. It goes over the sides, it's all self-contained. But I like these Silpat baking mats, or any kind of baking mat you have. Just even this out, there we go. I'm gonna go in with it just a little bit more pepper. Looks a little naked in there. You really don't need to mix perfectly. I've seen people put eggs in like a blender and you just kind of like blitz it for a couple seconds. So if you're doing a large batch and you have one of those smoothie cup blenders, that would be great. Just mix up all your eggs really quick and easy. Another trend I've been seeing is cottage cheese in eggs. So you could whip up some cottage cheese in these eggs, get really creamy, really velvety eggs. This I'm gonna keep simple. So you could put this right in the oven just like this. I'm gonna add some green onion. I had these already diced up from another recipe. I'm just gonna throw all these in just for a little onion flavor. So now this is more like an omelet. Easy as that. And then I just grated some Monterey Jack cheese. That's what I had in the refrigerator. It's the beauty of this too. What do you have in there? Maybe you have some pre-cooked bacon, chop that up, put that in here. Sausage crumbles. Any protein that you do in here, you just wanna make sure it's already cooked. And any heartier vegetables, you wanna make sure those are already cooked as well. I'm just gonna spread out these toppings. Really doesn't need much attention. You don't even need to do this. Just I would throw it in the oven. Well, that's it. We're ready for the oven. I'm preheated to 350. Whoa, careful now. So this is a little treacherous. What you could do is pull out the oven rack, put the pan on there, pour your whole mixture on top, and then just push it in versus transporting this across the kitchen. I can do it though. Ah! Little jiggle to make sure it's even. Set it, forget it. It'll take about 15 minutes. Just check it. You don't want overcooked eggs. So as soon as those eggs are set, you can pull it. Gotta suit up. Timer's about to go off. Action. So this is a good point to check it. You don't want the center to be jiggly. Look, everything looks firm. I could have done a few more eggs. My pan's a little lopsided, so it all kind of went to this side. But these eggs cooked up perfect. It smells so good. And we have our little omelet, our egg patty, ready to go. You can just segment this up. It's kind of like the brownie method. Do you want a center? Do you want an edge? Take a little center square, why not? But it's cheesy, creamy, salt and pepper, super easy. So you can add a few more eggs, a little bit of protein, either bacon, sausage, some turkey bacon, whatever you want. Still very hot. But perfect cooked egg, not overcooked, not dry, still creamy, super flavorful, super easy eggs. Make your breakfast sandwiches, just put this on the side with some potatoes, some bacon, however you wanna do it. Well, here you go. I'm eating it whole in one bite. There we go. Those are really tasty eggs. And very easy. A lot of times people think it might be weird that you're serving a little square or rectangle of eggs. Shape is not flavor, it's delicious. It tastes like just regular scrambled eggs, just without all the effort on a stove. And you can make such a large portion super easily. When I've done my sheet pan burgers, it tastes exactly like a delicious grilled burger. Shape isn't always flavor, and you can have fun and play around with your recipes and make it super easy in your kitchen. And cleanup with this is gonna be so easy. Nothing sticks to these silicone mats, just a little soap and water rinse, and you're good to go. And if you use parchment paper, it'd be even easier cleanup. If you had toast, this is the perfect size for an egg sandwich on toast. I want this corner piece has little crispy edges. Perfect. They're so good.